Hi there. Welcome to the Imperfect Prophet podcast for women who wonder. Frankly, as we go through life, I'm sure we wonder about a great deal. First as little kids, then as adolescents, then as young women, then as transitional women. What are we calling ourselves these days? And then you get to this point in life, or my point in life, when you're postmenopausal and wondering what's next. Wondering if the parade already passed you by. Join me, Wonder Wendy. I'm going to be your host as we talk about some of these unique challenges that face women today in a new millennium, going through menopause and trying to live a rich, full life. There might even be a few men and younger women that want to listen in too. That's okay. But there's a roller coaster and we're all on it. And I'm going to be your guide to help you figure out when you should close your eyes, when you should hang on, and maybe we'll explore some ideas for what works for you if it doesn't work for me, or vice versa. So join the conversation, pick up your favorite beverage, and we'll talk to you soon. Welcome to the Imperfect Prophet.
Anti-aging. What the fuck does that even mean? Is it an insult, a compliment, a trigger, or just a marketing ploy? I mean, we keep hearing it. And when did it stop being about being your best self? When did it start becoming unattainable perfection and eternal youth? Well, we're going to talk more about that. But first, let me say, welcome to another episode of The Imperfect Prophet with me, your host, Wonder Wendy. I am sitting here in the middle of a busy business center. So if you hear voices in the background or you see people walking by, it's simply that this was the best place I could find that didn't have background music and had good Wi-Fi. So I'm coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I know, another episode of Where's Waldo? Or should we say, Where's Wonder Wendy? We are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Came here to see the D-backs play the Brewers. And I will get more into that about beer, sausages, baseball, and Bung Queens in a few minutes. But let's get back to that anti-aging question first. Recently, I was talking to a friend who was looking at a potential business collaboration. And the woman with whom she was talking did a little bit of research, went on her website, and discovered the word anti-aging. And said, I can't work with you. Anyone who isn't proud of their age isn't somebody I want to work with. Okay, I respect that point of view. I was immediately ready to defend my friend because her business focuses on healing people from the inside out, making them feel better, feel healthier, so that glow comes out and they defy their chronological age, maybe just a little bit. But on the other hand, I could see this woman's point of view. I am so tired of seeing 20-year-olds in advertising for anti-aging products. Blah. That is a project. I hope you have your beverage. I've got mine. But these things that they're selling to us with an unattainable idea of looking like you're in your 20s, instead of just being your best self, are crazy. Now, we need a few role models that we feel maybe are a little more attainable, or at least let us see women positively when they're over 30. May I suggest Sharon Stone's Instagram? She is fierce, sexy, and proud. She is a fabulous role model for women of a certain age, and sometimes she's remarkably daring. Very little makeup, just raw her. And other times she's very polished and she's a cover model. But please know, when someone's a cover model, that isn't their morning face. They're not on their way to get their cup of coffee after just brushing their teeth. They've been in a hair and makeup chair for probably 2 to 4 hours to look that natural. So please do not hold yourself to that standard. Also, just having a good photographer who can do a little editing makes all the difference in the world. So again, don't hold yourself to a role model that you could do that if you had the hair and makeup artist and you had the right photographer and you had the right lighting and you had the right photo editor. Anyway, let's take this back peg. When did you first notice that you were aging? I remember the first strands of gray in my 20s. Yeah, there was gray creeping in even in my 20s. And at first I covered it with some blonde highlights. I wasn't ready for them yet. I'm still not ready for them, but that's another story. There is a marketing gauntlet out there working to get your money. They're selling you age-defying, time-reversing. I was recently reminded that Oil of Olay's campaign several years ago was to turn back the hands of time. Okay, maybe I'd like to look a little bit younger than my body thinks I am. Or I should say the calendar thinks I am. Maybe I'd like to glow and look energetic. But the truth of it is, it's not that I want to look younger. I want to look radiant. I want to look happy. I want people to feel lit up when I enter a room. Because that's what creates connection and it's exciting. So don't buy into age-defying, time-reversing. Buy into being your best self because you do want to take care of your skin because aging is not a disease. Now, there are creams they will sell you that are supposed to make everything tighten up, and I still question which of them work and which of them don't work. And I wonder, is that $200 cream going to do more for me than the one I bought at CVS that my dermatologist recommended? I don't know. I don't know which one's better. I'm really not ready to do half my face with one and half my face with the other to do a scientific test. So we're going to have to deal with this is what you get. Aging happens. You are aging from the moment you're born. We've talked about this over and over again, but also comes with wisdom and power. Remember in the series Outlander, the shaman tells Claire she won't reach her full power until her hair is white. I'm not ready to go white yet. Thus, henna is my friend. But maybe I'm also not ready to achieve my full power. What do you think about that? I want you to grow into your power, whatever that looks like, whether it's one wrinkle at a time, letting those grays show, or coloring your hair purple because you really don't like the way you look with white hair. Whatever works for you. I've seen some really glorious women with purple hair in their later years. So, perfection versus realness. I know I talk about perfection a lot, but because it's something we all struggle with. Somewhere somebody put in our mind that if we weren't perfect, we weren't good enough. And there's something short of perfection that is great. My husband told me that one of his friends, let's just call him Average Joe for the purpose of this story, commented that he didn't know why I posted so many unattractive photos of myself on my social media. I had to stop and think about that one because I don't think I post a lot of unattractive photos of myself. Now, I do post less glamorous pictures of myself. I do post the occasional photo without makeup, or at the very least, without mascara and lipstick. I have just this past week posted a short video that I did while I was waiting for my mammogram. The lighting was bad. I didn't have any makeup on. I wasn't wearing any powder. I wasn't wearing any deodorant. Not my best look. Not my worst look either. But I thought the message was so important to remind you all to get your mammograms, to take care of yourself. So maybe that's what Average Joe thinks is my unattractive. I don't know. Made me think of Rita Hayworth. Now, even my generation may be a little young to remember Rita Hayworth, but she was a famous screen siren from the 40s, 50s. And she was best known for a film called Gilda, where she played the hottest, sexiest woman you can imagine. And men threw themselves at her. Men wanted her. They dreamed of her. They fantasized about her. And the humor is, Rita Hayworth apparently didn't have a very good love life. She never really found true love and happiness. And her favorite quote, or the quote she is best remembered for, is men go to bed with Gilda and they wake up with Rita and they're disappointed. Think about that. Even Rita Hayworth wasn't capable of being what people thought Rita Hayworth should be. And that's, again, that woman who's been in a hair and makeup chair with perfect lighting and perfect cinematography, that she can edit out all the bad bits, or the director can edit out what he sees as the bad bits. Are you allowing yourself to be edited to become what somebody else sees as their vision instead of becoming who you are, who you should be? I'm thinking about this actually in my heart because just yesterday I said to my husband, I am leaning into becoming my best me. And the energy I'm getting back from the world is making it even bigger and better. And we're having so much fun, which will lead us back to being the Bung Queen at the end of this episode. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. Just another teaser. How do you feel about posting pictures of yourself? Are you hiding from yourself? Maybe you should take a pointer or two. This past week, a friend of mine released a book. Her name is Toy Taylor Good Game. She released a book about upping your makeup game. Not that she wants everyone to be a glamour queen, but she's teaching some basic tips about how to apply your makeup to look your best and feel your best. Because she's had clients over the years who were afraid to reveal themselves or didn't know how to reveal themselves. I don't wear makeup. I don't do this. I don't do that. And she's helped them learn how to comfortably add a couple little things to their maintenance schedule. And all of a sudden they say, is that me in that photograph? Do I really look like that? Of course you do. You just needed a little bit of extra help. And that's okay too. Ask for help. Find someone who can help you be the self you want to be. Go get a glamour shot. It'll be fun. But do it with a really good makeup artist who will go over what they're doing with you, and you can learn a few things along the way. Now, there is a billion-dollar industry out there telling you that they're going to make everything smooth and shiny and lifted, and you're going to look your best self, and you're going to be gorgeous, and you're going to have perky boobs and no cellulite and no bags and no wrinkles. Yeah, garbage. Well, I wouldn't say completely garbage. You can ease the wrinkles. You can lift things. You can shape things. It's up to what you're willing to do or what you want to do. Don't judge those who have. But make sure when you do go into a medical spa to get a treatment that you and your provider both understand exactly what you want. Because if they tell you they're going to make you look like you did 20 years ago, run the other way. Ask for someone who's going to maybe just do a little bit of a lift. Someone who's going to make you feel a little bit better about yourself. One of my nurse estheticians once called it a sprinkle. And she just did a little sprinkle just to soften the wrinkles right here. That's all I wanted. I just didn't want them to be hard. I know they're going to be there. I grin. I smile. I squint into the sun. I squint sometimes because I don't have my glasses on. You can see I'm wearing my glasses now because I need to be able to read my notes. But that billion-dollar industry, don't let them tell you you should be 29 again. Just let them help you be your best and only do what you're comfortable doing. And don't do it for somebody else. Do it for you. So I want you to flip the script. Be pro-living, pro-moving, pro-dreaming. Many, many years ago, I was a teenager, so it was 40-something years ago. I met this woman named, we called her Grandma Blair because she was my brother-in-law's grandmother. As the wedding was approaching, she said, I'll come to the wedding if I can wear my sneakers. You know, in the 1970s, Nobody wore sneakers to weddings, much less an older woman. But this was Grandma Blair, and she was a force of nature. She was approaching her 100th birthday when this episode occurred. And as she approached her 100th birthday, she finally gave up leading her Girl Scout troop because she couldn't lead the hikes anymore and she didn't think that was fair to the girls. I want to be leading a Girl Scout troop. No, I don't even ever want to be leading a Girl Scout troop, but I want to be that energetic when I'm in my 90s. Don't you? Don't you want to have the energy to train, to do what you want to do? You know, we take care of our car, we take care of our house. Maintenance is necessity to keep those things running. Why do we think less of our bodies? Why do we not put the proper energy in? Why do we not hydrate properly? Okay, it's coffee. It's not truly hydration, but have a beverage. We'll be sharing a beverage together. Our cars and our houses and our bodies need to be fed, nourished, and maintained. Otherwise, they fall apart. And we know this. Why do we forget this? We learned during COVID, when many people didn't move their cars for quite some time, that your batteries can die, the electronics can fry, the brake pads get dry and crumbly because they're not being regularly used and lubricated through motion. Tires can rot just sitting there. Ironically, using them actually keeps them in better shape to a certain extent. Your body is no different. Your skin is no different. Take care of yourself. Move, nourish, laugh, moisturize. Okay, I promised to tell you a little bit about beer, baseball, and Bung Queens being here in Detroit. Not in Detroit. We were in Detroit last month. Oh my gosh, where am I now? I'm in Milwaukee. We're here to see the beloved Arizona Diamondbacks. It's been a rough season for them. Talk about a great metaphor for life, that you keep playing even when you're not breaking 500 or you're struggling to keep at 500. 500 means winning half your games. We came here not expecting to sweep the Brewers, but maybe hoping to win a game or two. So far, we've lost 2 games. Oh, well. The ballpark was lovely. Sausages, beer, fabulous stadium vibe. Really enjoyable. Brewers fans seem very amiable. Yeah, they got a little grumpy when we tied the score last night, but oh well. You win some, you lose some. We lost it in the bottom of the ninth. Very disappointing. But the highlight of yesterday was a tour at the Lakeshore Brewery on the Milwaukee River. And this is not your traditional business tour. The tour guide, Nikki, a young man who's probably not seen his 30th birthday, is definitely a frustrated performer and or comedian. He was a laugh a minute, and he made the information fun to listen to and fun to learn about. And at the end of the tour, he named one person the Bung Queen, somebody who has made the tour even better. Now, before you get any ideas, a bung is the wooden plug that goes in the side of a pony keg. That's all it is. Okay, look it up. There are other definitions, but in this case, it is the wooden stopper that keeps the integrity of a pony keg. So one person gets named the Bung Queen. It's a person who laughed at his jokes, answered his questions, and participated. Guess who was the Bung Queen? Now, I think I also got it because at the very end of the tour, he showed us a part of the assembly line that they used to use for bottles. That has a lineage to it. That assembly line came from the Schlitz bottling plant, which was just down the street from the Lakeshore Brewery. It's no longer there. They went defunct in the 80s. But an episode, or the opening sequence actually, of the TV show Laverne and Shirley was filmed at the Schlitz Brewery. So the assembly line for bottles had been in the Schlitz Brewery and had been used for the TV show Laverne and Shirley. You were touching a piece of movie history, TV history, I guess. Anyway, at the end, we had to do a sing-along to the Laverne and Shirley theme song, doing it our way, you know, and I think it was my enthusiasm in singing that got me to be the Bung Queen. Well, I could have just kind of been embarrassed and hid my face and not participated. But at this point, we'd had some beer. Nikki'd had us laughing for quite some time. And I took a bow. Why not? Joyful wrinkles are the most beautiful kind. Right? What's the funniest thing you've ever been given? Think about it. Did you enjoy it? Did you lean into it? Yeah. My dad's wisdom was that all things in moderation, including moderation. Sometimes you just have to have a good time. And if wrinkles mean you had a good life, then I'm all for them. But they should be well moisturized. So I dare you, choose one pro-living action this week. Have a kitchen dance party. Call a friend. Maybe you want to try pickleball or try tennis or badminton or riding your bike like we talked about last week. Maybe you even want to try that fancy lotion or at least get one at the drugstore to keep your skin glowing and dewy. Or support a local business that creates lovely products for your skin. There are some out there, and I encourage you to seek them out and support your fellow business owners, your local business owners that are driving your economy. My wonderful yes was saying yes to being the Bung Queen. What's your wonderful yes? I want you to have a week full of wonder, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Until then, go to my website, get in touch. These are big cultural questions, but they're also big personal questions. Be your best self. And if anti-aging bothers you, don't use the word, but don't judge those who want to look younger than their chronological age. And laugh together. Share a beverage. Have a life full of wonder. A wonderful life. And until next week, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Like what you heard here today? Then we should be friends. I suggest you join my Facebook group. It's a good way to connect. We can have a conversation. Ask me questions, whatever you want to do. It is called the Wonderful Bucket List Life. That's Wonder-Full Bucket List Life. Be a bucket lister and join me on this adventure. Or you can go to my webpage, which is Wonder Wendy and Friends. Join the mailing list, learn about the book I wrote, adventures that are coming up in the future, and other podcasts. I look forward to talking to you soon, and stay hydrated. Have a great day.